Next question. Spot price of the security X on 1st of January is 200. Rate of interest is 25%. And with that, say a few questions have been asked. First question is, calculate the F price of the security for a time period of 1 year. That is a question. Please give me answer of the first question in the chat box. So, written answer. F is equal to spot plus interest. No other storage cost or anything is given. So in that case, it is spot 200 plus 200 into rate of interest is 25% and time period is 1 year. So F is 250. So theoretically the F price is 250. Second question, if F price of the security is 260, so if at all the actual price is 260, these are the three questions. I want you to tell me answer of question number 2A in the chat box. Friends, we understand that so theoretically the price should be 250 and actual price is 260. Since both the prices are different, so arbitrage exists. Right on answer? Actual F price is different in comparison to what it should have been. Comma. So arbitrage exists. Full stop. I request you to highlight the portion different. And bracket write down 260 is not equal to 250. This is answer of question number 2A. Calculation of the arbitrage in absolute term is the next question. I want you to write answer in the chat box that in which combination of the transactions we will enter upon today for the purpose of making profit. I request all of you to pay attention. Let me explain you now. 1st of January and 31st of December. Spot price of the security is 200. Rate of interest is 25%. 1 year F forward price of the security should be 250. Actual price is provided to us as 260. See, what is the now learning part that say you need to understand, dear students? We understand that say actual price is greater than theoretical price. In a way that say at the end of the year, 31st of December term, actual price is 260. It is more than the theoretical price of 250. So what we should do today, we should enter into F contract to sell the security. Why? Because say the sale, that is the actual price is more than the theoretical price. This is the theoretical price. That is the first thing that say you should do. Understand, friends, entering into only this transaction is not sufficient. If at all you enter into solely this transaction, is that sufficient for the purpose of arbitrage? The answer is no. Why? And at the end of the year, if at all the spot price of the equity share is, let us say 150, you are very happy. You have to purchase the security at 150 to be sold at 260 and you will make a gain. However, if at all at the end of the year, spot price of the security is 280, then in that case you are finished. Instead of profit, you will incur a loss. Why? Because you are having a transaction to sell security at 260 which you have to buy from the spot market at the rate of 280, and that will result into a loss. Hence, we have to enter into opposite of that transaction today. At the end of the year, we have understood that say we should sell security because the security is overpriced. So today you are required to enter into its opposite transaction. Since you are going to sell security at the end of the year, today you will buy security. In order to buy security, you will borrow funds. So you will borrow an amount of 200 at the rate of 25% for 1 year. You will buy security and you hold it for 1 year. Along with that, so you enter into the forward contract for selling security at 260. On 1st of January, what you have done, dear students, you borrow rupees 200 at the rate of 25% for 1 year. Today, you will buy security from spot market. Today, you will enter into F contract to sell security at the rate of 260. These are the three transactions in which you will enter upon today. At the end of the year, friends, what will happen? The amount that you have borrowed will have the repayment of the loan of 250. You are holding a security which you will sell at 260, and that will end up with the profit of 10. Before we write answer for the B question, I want somebody of you to give answer for the C part of the question in the chat box. If spot price of the security is 275 on 31st of December, calculate profit or loss for above transaction as in B. So for this set of the transactions in which we have entered upon, what would be the profit or loss at the end of the year? If the spot price of the equity share is 275, that is a question. Please write answer in the chat box. And the answer is going to remain 10 only. We understand that say this spot price of the security information is given just to misguide us. When you are entering into the forward contract or futures contract, then in that case you are committed to the opposite person and the opposite person is committed to you. So irrespective of the spot price of the equity share at the end of the year, you will make out the profit of rupees 10 only. And that is the reason that say this is given a name as arbitrage. Understand that. The term arbitrage means risk-free profit. Once you enter into this combination of the transactions, then in that case the end result is definitely gain only and there is no possibility of the loss. That is what we understand is arbitrage. Arbitrage is different from the normal profit. Why it is different? Because once you enter into certain combination of the transactions, it will definitely result into profit only. That is what we understand. Let us write down answer for the second question. In order to make arbitrage enter in following transactions. In that write down 1st of January, borrow rupees 200 at 25% for 1 year. Second, buy security from spot market at the rate rupees 200. Third, most importantly, enter in F contract to sell security at the rate of 260. Then write down heading 31st of December. In that write down 1, 31st of December, Mr. AB will have 1 holding 1 share, second liability to make repayment of loan rupees 250, third holding F contract to sell security at the rate 260. With paragraph write down, calculation of arbitrage. In that write down, sale value of security 260 less repayment of loan 250, that will result into arbitrage of 10. Friends, from examination point of view, we just have to write this much. We don't have to write anything more. I am dictating a further few points to you only for understanding purpose. Okay. So this is only for understanding purpose. First, irrespective of spot price, on 31st of December, comma, arbitrage will be rupees 10. Second, actual price, I'm sorry, actual forward price is more than theoretical forward price or futures price. 260 is greater than 250. So sale security in F contract only about transaction is not sufficient for arbitrage, because at the end of year price of security can be anything. Full stop. Hence, purchase security today, in bracket write down, opposite of sale. So basically we are going to sell security at the end of the year. That is the reason say we buy security today. So always opposite transaction is required to be entered upon, because we always understand logically that say that two opposite transactions are required for profit. One is purchase and another is sale. In order to buy security, borrow funds, and so on. Third point, importantly, today F contract for 31st of December is to be entered upon, so that sale price of security is fixed. Full stop. Friends, from examination point of view, you are required to write these two things: the transactions on 1st of January, position of Mr. AB at the end of the year, and calculation of arbitrage. Third question, if F price of the security is 235, whether arbitrage exists? I want you to answer the question number 3A in the chat box. Friends, before I proceed further, I just want to dictate answer of 2C. We already have discussed it. Whatever may be, price of security on 31st of December, comma, Mr. AB will have a profit of rupees 10. Question number 3A. Dear students, answer of the question number 3A is exactly the same as question number 2A. No change. Actual price is different in comparison to what it should have been, so arbitrage exists. Written answer. Actual F price is different in comparison to what it should have been, so arbitrage exists. In bracket write down, 250 is not equal to 235. Calculate arbitrage in absolute term. I request you to give me answer. Let's say in which transactions we will enter upon on 1st of January for the purpose of arbitrage. Let us have understanding how to do answer. See, today's date is 1st of January, year end is 31st of December, spot price of the security is 200, the rate of interest is 25%. We understand that so the theoretical forward price of the futures price should be 250 and actually futures price is 235. Both of them are different. Then in that case, arbitrage exists. Let us understand let's say how to make the arbitrage. Listen carefully. See, the first thing let's say we have to see is like this. I am giving reference of the earlier working. Actual F price is more than theoretical F price. So sell security in F contract. However, this time what happens at actual F price is less than theoretical F price. So purchase security in F contract in a way that the security is undervalued, so we should enter into the transaction of purchase. Why? Because the price is less, so it is undervalued, so we are required to buy. It is undervalued, so we are required to buy. Okay. Understand importantly, at the end of the year, you are going to buy. With only buy, can you make a profit? No. Why? Because let us say that you enter into the F contract to buy the security at the rate of 235. If at all at the end of the year price comes to 300, then you are happy, you are making a gain. But if at all actual price comes to let us say 180, then in that case you will incur a loss. So we understand that say entering into only this one transaction is not sufficient. So what we have to do? Simple. As you are going to buy at the end of the year, today you have to enter into its opposite transaction. So what happens that say you are required to enter into opposite of the transaction in which you enter upon in the forward contract. So today what you will do? Today you will enter into the transaction for sale. So what will happen, dear students? On 1st of January, you enter into the transaction for sale security at the rate of 250. Understand carefully. You will borrow security in order to cover your short position. Then you will make investment of rupees 200. I'm sorry, you will sell at 200. You will sell at 200. Then you will make investment of rupees 200 at the rate of 25% for 1 year. You enter into the transaction for sale, then you borrow security to cover the short position in the cash market, then you invest rupees 200 at 25% for 1 year. Now what will happen at the end of the year? We understand, I'm sorry, one more thing, let's say you will enter into F contract to buy security at the rate of 235. These are the 4 transactions in which you will enter upon. Now what will happen at the end of the year? You had borrowed security, so you are having liability to refund security. Second, you made investment, so you will get the maturity. amount of 250. And third, you are having a forward contract or the futures contract to buy the security at 235. So F contract to buy security at the rate of 235. So now what will happen, dear students? Out of 250, at 235 you will buy the security and you will refund to the lender of the security. So you will make an arbitrage of 15. The question is silent about the borrowing charges. So we are also ignoring the borrowing charges as per the institute suggested answer. In a way that say we understand that say whatever the security that you have borrowed, for that say the charges are required to be paid. But unfortunately that information is missing. So even institute is ignoring that and 15 rupees is considered as arbitrage. Chalo. Please write down answer for the question number 3B. Transactions on 1st of January. Transactions on 1st of January. In that write down 1. Sale security today at the rate of rupees 200. Second, borrow security to cover short position on cash market. Third, invest rupees 200 at the rate of 25% for 1 year. Fourth, enter in F contract to purchase security at the end of year. Heading right down. Position on 31st of December. 1. Liability to refund stock. Second, maturity amount of deposit rupees 250. Third, holding F contract to purchase security at the rate of 235. Calculation of arbitrage. In that write down maturity amount 250 less purchase security in F contract for refunding 235. So there is an arbitrage of 15 rupees. With paragraph write down we are ignoring borrowing charges because borrowing charges of security. Whatever the security that we have borrowed, its borrowing charges are ignored. With paragraph write down, that is, this is end of the answer. Now again some points just for understanding. First, we can find that security is undervalued in of F contract. So buy security in F contract. Full stop. Only with this transaction arbitrage is not possible because on 31st of December price of security can be less than 235. Full stop. In that case, there would be a loss. Second, as we are selling security on 31st of December, I'm sorry, as we are purchasing security on 31st of December, so sell security today. In bracket I'm writing enter in opposite transaction. And once you sell the security, you have to cover the short position and so on. All the things are okay. That we can easily understood. But this is what's an important thing. And we understand that say whatever may be the price at the end of the year, you will be able to buy the security in the forward contract at the rate of 235. So you have a short gain by entering into certain combination of the transactions on 1st of January. And that is the reasons it is given a technical name as arbitrage. A small summary of the entire question. In the first part of the question, theoretically price is required to be found. It is spot plus interest 250. Actual price is 260. It is more than 250. So whether arbitrage exists? Yes. Why? Because both of them are different. How will you make arbitrage? Simple. Price is more? Yes. So sell in the forward. Since you are selling at the end of the year, today you will buy. To buy you will borrow. So borrow 200, buy security, enter into the forward contract to sell. At the year end, sell the security at 260, and with that, so you make the repayment of the loan of 250 and you end up with the profit. Understand importantly that say since at the end of the year you are going to sell security, today you have to buy. Entering into only this transaction will not give you a gain because the price of the security may be more than 260. That is what we understand. In the third question, price of the security is 235. It is again different than 250. So arbitrage exists. What do? Price is less than what it should have been. So we buy at that price. Only buying security at 235 will not make you, that is, will not give you a gain. Why? Because if at all the price is lower than 235 at the end of the year, you will be stuck up. So since you are going to buy security at the end of the year, its opposite transaction is required to be entered upon today, that is sale. What is the price at which you will sell? At 200. Then you will borrow stock to cover the short position. 200 rupees is invested at 25% for 1 year. At the end of the year, you will have maturity of 250. You will purchase security to refund it at the rate of 235. Hence, you end up with the arbitrage of 15. Importantly, the borrowing charges information is not given, so we are ignoring it.